Yeah, y'all already know what time it is, man. Your boy is in the building. We have another playoff blowout. Look, welcome to the Tailgate Experience as well as Black Cat Panther Podcast. Do us that favor if you're coming on in, wipe your feet off on the mat, show us that love, and bring your ass on in. It's another good one. Your boy Q is in the building, and I'd like to welcome you guys here, man, to another special one. You see the thumbnail. You see how it's looking for a 2-15 team. Look, let's talk about it. Who's on the cut list? Who's on the block? Who's in? Who's out? Let's talk about it, man. Y'all already know what time it is. If you're watching this on the Tailgate Experience, do us that favor and subscribe on over there, man. Look, it is a pure, and I'm talking pure, it's a pure night to go over there and be successful on the Tailgate Experience, where we talk all 32 NFL channels, man. So do us that favor, subscribe over there. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for anybody that just can't seem to find their way over there. Let's do it, man. Show us that love. Without further ado, the Carolina Panthers will be coming in this season on one of the hottest seats in all of football. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, you want to be in this situation where you're sitting back and you're looking and you're saying, new coaches coming to well over 21 free agents. You got about 8 restricted free agents, and you got a bevy of guys that are sitting in and out of the cool zone here in the Carolina Panthers world. So let's talk about it, man. Who do you guys got in? And we're gonna go through this thing position after position, and we're gonna tell it like it is. Because I'm just here to let you guys know we're gonna break this thing down as we do, and where these quarterbacks and all these different pieces stand. So we're gonna start on the defensive side of the football, and we're gonna get straight into it as we do. At the free safety position. First of all, before I even get started, shout out to everybody in the chat. AJ Brooks, you know this gonna be juicy. You already saw what we was talking about on Twitter. You already saw it. Shout out to Dom34, my dog. Like, comment, subscribe. What y'all waiting on? My man said Texas won't we cooking the Ravens. I don't know about all that was swole, but y'all did good last time. See what it do, fam. What's going on? Relax to Talk Sports said, man, I thought that game would be closer. The turnovers is the difference again. Man, you notice there is one recipe in all the games. You got great quarterback play. Then you got the defense giving them at least 2 turnovers plus on each one of them. So that's the number one thing. You got to have a defense that's willing to give away this ball, just like these teams you seeing with the Bills. The Bills are steady getting takeaways. You saw Texas. The Texans got takeaways. I mean, come on, man. You saw the Lions. The Lions had takeaways. And they had some players that I told y'all that were worth getting some of the takeaways. Jack Campbell. I mean, he was out there knocking people left and forward. I love every bit of it, man. Don't worry. We're going to be starting to break down this new college class. And I'm going to tell y'all, make sure y'all have y'all eyes and ears out to all the pre-records that's going to be coming. We're going to be dropping content on top of content for you. But first and foremost, at the free safety position on the Carolina Panthers, we have Xavier Woods, Sam Franklin, Jamie Robinson. At this position, I fully expect, because think about it, Xavier Woods will be a free agent after this season. Sam Franklin will be also another free agent that'll be coming up. Jamie Robinson is the only one under contract at the free safety position. I fully expect coming in Jamie Robinson, even though he's been trash this entire season, I fully expect him to get an opportunity to start to come into his own, being that I don't think that a new coaching regime is going to re-sign Xavier Woods for the long term. I believe he's going to be in and out. Sam Franklin is going to be re-signed as a special teams gunner probably. And that's going to make for a shored up safety room, and I guess they could look to take somebody else. Von Bell has another year on his contract. Jeremy Chin is out, and Alex Cook. That's at the strong safety position. I'm telling y'all right now, it's gonna be interesting, man. What's up, everybody? Anthony Brown, AB, what's happening? Red Swarm, King Street. You already know what time it is, man. Your cousin in the building. Chris, what's going on with you, man? I appreciate you for pulling up on your fam. Strong safety. I think that Von Bell will be here next year. Jeremy Chin is going to be out, and Alex Cook is definitely going to be a guy that gets the axe because he's just underwhelming. That's your third stringer, and on somebody else's team, he probably would be a fifth stringer. That's just how terrible he is. Let's get to the cornerback position. Now, this is where I get a little ignorant. Now, pardon my ignorance, but when I say Dante Jackson, your ass is out the door, I would re-sign Troy Hill because Troy Hill has been nothing short of phenomenal. He's been phenomenal all year. AJ Parker can go. Lamar Jackson, he's the wrong Lamar. His ass can go too. And Boodle, I give Boodle another chance, man. Boodle has an injury right now. He had a knee injury, but it's all good. JC Horn, I project he's going to be under contract, but you can potentially looking to start investing and see what kind of draft picks you can get for him because his 3 years, not even completed a full season in the 3 years he's been here. It's terrible. You can't continue on like that. Shaquille Griffin, I would cut his ass with the quickness. Him and CJ Henderson, I'll pair them two some of bitches together and get them the fuck up out of town. That's exactly what I do. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't got no patience. None. Real, what it do, my boy? G. Charles in my Panthers wish list. Alec Hallaby and Coach Jim Harbaugh. Man, look, that's more like a Christmas list. That shit ain't gonna happen. Because they're gonna interview Alec Hallaby. I believe they said in 2 days, Thursday. And then Jim Harbaugh, I don't even see them even considering talking to him, and he makes the most sense out of everybody. Like, how are you going to ignore this guy? Like I said, I'm just talking to you about the roster right now for a potential coach that's going to come in. But the number one thing is you ignoring and negating the coaches that could come in and make a difference. Stupid sons of bitches is what we got right here. But anyway, outside linebacker, this is where it tends to get a little freaky. Your boy Q thinks Leota can get the boot. Marquise Haynes can get the boot. I think they're going to re-sign Burns, and they're going to probably potentially try to franchise tag him and probably trade him. Then you got strong side linebacker, Gross Matos. I don't even know what the fuck he on the roster for. I've been cheering for Gross Matos to get the boot 2 years ago. Finally, we can get this summer bitch up out of here. Next, you got DJ Johnson. DJ Johnson, to me, is an intriguing guy that we traded up to get him. We have yet to put him on the field and really let him showcase what he can be. He has potential, but the guy did not have many opportunities this offseason because when he was on the field, he gave you production. But that was very slim when he was on the field. So right here, if Brian Burns is signed, sealed, and packaged like a FedEx delivery, you got to have somebody up in here that you could potentially look to give you something. And if Gross Matos is gone, DJ Johnson could potentially make the next roster because he's youthfulness, his ability to come out, and when he was on the field last year, he made tackles and made plays. So him and Barno could be your front duo for next year on outside linebackers. Now, one play strong side, you're going to have to transition one to the weak side. And I think Barno probably has the potential to play weak side a little bit more better. But we're going to see as time goes by because I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't see, and at the inside linebacker, I don't see Tay Davis being on this roster. I don't see Claude and Shearis, or whatever his name is. I don't see him being on this roster. Chandler Wooten is going to get the boot. Shaq Thompson has been injured this year, but it's going to make sense to start looking for somebody opposite him. You let him play out his contract, but After next year, I don't see a new coaching regime keeping Shaq. Camus Gruger Hill has been the biggest disappointment of all of them on the inside linebacker position. You remember Camp? Camus Gruger Hill was constantly making plays, and as the season came, he went non-existent. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Deion Jones, the outside linebacker that we got, I think he came in from Atlanta. Terrible. But we didn't have anybody else to put in that position, so I wouldn't even look to even bring him back. Now be mindful, from what I just said just now, so far, the only ones that I got coming back, Sam Franklin, Jamie Robinson, Von Bell, Troy Hill, J.C. Horn, Brian Burns, Frankie Louvu, and now we're getting to the bread and butter, the D tackle, aka the end positions and the nose tackle positions. Here's where it gets a little freaky too. Derek Brown has been a man amongst boys. We all know that. They used him at the right defensive end, even though he was a tackle this year. But when I talk about gap control, you talk about a guy that was stout against the run. This guy came out here, gave you 103 tackles for the entire season. The brightest spot on this defense to build around. You must build around him. And the rest of the guys, Shy Tuttles and Deshaun Williams. Shy Tuttle is here on a 2-year. I believe he got 2 more years left on his deal. That's a waste of space, but that's another thing. I would take my time with him because Shy Tuttle was a guy, he was serviceable, but he damn sure he wasn't a game changer. Deshaun Williams, Mr. FedEx himself, him and his brother Raekwon, serviceable guys, but they aren't moving the chain. I expect both of those guys to be off of this roster by next year. They came over with Evero. Like I said, on this D tackle position, you only keep Derek Brown and Shy Tuttle, and everybody else you start taking your time and you look at, because Henry Anderson wasn't doing enough to really keep himself from not getting injured. So he had a foot injury. But on the defense, like I said, that rounds about Derek Brown, Shy Tuttle, Frankie Louvu, Brian Burns. You keep JC just long enough just to get rid of his ass, because at this point in time, I pledge allegiance to not a damn soul on this team other than the ones I'm calling right now. Troy Hill, you keep him because he was very serviceable, and that was a great pickup. I'm trying to tell you. Troy Hill, look, Evero made some lemons. He made some good lemon juice out of this damn secondary. I think we all agree with that. And Von Bell, I'm still waiting to see his best days because he ain't showed me shit this year. I'm just being real with y'all. Xavier Woods had a better year than all of these guys at safety. And I would definitely, like I said, they're going to probably get rid of him because it's going to cost some money because it's time for a new contract with him. But he was one of your best safeties this year. Unfortunately, he was one of your best safeties. So this is what you got. You got a guy that you could basically can't depend on, but it's a sticky situation for the Carolina Panthers when it comes to the safety position, man. You really want to make sure that you get the most out of what you got here. And that's all you can ask for, man. That's really all you could ask for. What's good, Sean of the Straw Hats? My man said, if we don't hire Jim Harbaugh, then we should give a head coaching job to Evero. He also said Evero has done more with less on his defense. So that's pretty interesting. I think, and this is just my honest opinion, is Ejiro Evero is going to be a head coach somewhere else. With so many vacancies, he is going to be a guy highly sought after. And when I say highly sought after, he's already interviewed with Atlanta. He's already interviewed with Carolina. I fully expect him to go to a couple of these teams that's going to be looking for a head coaching vacancy, whether that's, interviewing for the Chargers potentially, or maybe looking at the Raiders, or maybe one of these positions that's wide open, because Buffalo won tonight. So that saved them. They won't be getting rid of McDermott. But I think the Cowboys going to be looking for another coach. It wouldn't hurt to give Evero a look over there. It's a bevy of places that Evero can go that he can really take a lot of stock into looking at. And I think he would be a good fit because he's a damn good coach. He's a damn good defensive coordinator. I like the guy. Now let's talk about the offense. Let's talk about the offense. Moment of silence for the offense this year. It was horrendous. And when I mean horrendous, I mean horrendous. It was terrible. So moment of silence for the offense. Well, enough of that shit. Now here's where the bread and butter comes in. Let's talk offensive line. Let's get this thing going as we do. My man said Brown is a keeper, Harbaugh, Evero, Woodward. Offensive line. This is where everybody wanted to know what should we do. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Taylor Moton ain't going nowhere. Ike Ekwonu isn't going anywhere. Those are two pieces right now that isn't going anywhere. Your left tackle and your right tackle. They aren't going anywhere. I fully understand that Nash Jensen is your starting right guard, but I do not look for him to even be on this team next year. I do not expect Cade Mays, after surviving 2 regimes, to be on this team next year because when given the chance, he was very underwhelming. And so I hate to tell you, Gabe Jackson gone, Ricky Lee, David Sharp, JD Dorenzo, all these guys are gone. Gone. Now, let's put it in as we do. You're going to have an opening in the middle of this offensive line. You're going to have a center spot because Bradley Bozeman was a little bit underwhelming, and they're going to look to bolster up this interior offensive line. Whether that means moving Bradley around because Bozeman was good at center, but he was terrible in the latter half of the season, and we must adjust because this is the NFL. You do not want to be caught with your pants down. So I'm just putting it out there. You must make adjustments as a good coaching staff should do. A new coach comes in here, is probably going to move Ike Ekwonu to guard, which I don't want to do that. I think he's better suited at tackle, especially if you just go back to running the football and go to the strengths of the team. He would be dangerous. But a new coach is going to come in and slide him in the guard. We're going to potentially look to get a left tackle to really upgrade this line. And then they're going to look to potentially, Chandler Zavala will be on his second year, but I still don't think he has time to really be groomed for what we need. So we need to look to invest in a potential another right guard, left guard, and another center in this draft. 3 areas of positions of hog mollies that we need to really bolster this line with. A man said that hog mollies wanted. The interior offensive line sucks ass. Who you telling? So you got to upgrade those 3. There will be guys available in this draft that you could look potentially 3rd, 4th, 5th round that you could plug in here and get a little bit of usage out of. Now, I believe, now this is just me talking, I believe that we could look in the 3rd round and get an offensive interior lineman to really bolster up this thing, and you can get a really good one. I would challenge the team to look at anybody from the Trojans, anybody from Oregon or the Washington, and there'll be guys available that you can go and get, that you can take the time to say, hey, let's bolster up this line. Let's give Ike Ekwonu a fighting chance. Let's give Taylor Moton a fighting chance, and let's see what we can do to at least move 2 pieces in this offensive line back up. Because Brady Christensen is down and out. Like I said, he has an arm injury, and we don't know when, or we don't know the severity of his injury and when he'll be back. So it's kind of hard to give a timetable on when he'll be back. And then as far as Austin Corbett, he went down first with an ACL, then he got an MCL. So now with Austin Corbett going down, I don't potentially think he's going to be back following next year. So now you got, like I said, you need three positions on the interior offensive line, whether that's center, guard, or right guard. You need potentially upgraded. So you got to find a way to take your time and upgrade everything, man. I recommend through the draft. But let's hit tight end. Tight end, I'm gonna tell you right now, we got Tommy Tremble, Stephon Sullivan, Ian Thomas, Jordan Matthews, Hayden Hurst, Giovanni Richie. Man, fuck it. All them sons of bitches going except for Tommy Tremble. Except for Tommy Tremble. Ian Thomas, to me, we've been paying him $6 million, which is starting caliber tight end money, and he hasn't been doing a damn thing for us. Not a damn thing. Ian Thomas hasn't even gotten over 200 yards in the past 2 seasons, which is terrible paying him that kind of money. And this is the number one thing. If you want a young rookie to produce in the NFL, look what Shajinski did for Cam Newton. He went out, he got you Greg Olsen. He went out, he got Jeremy Shockey. He gave a dual tight end set and had one work the middle while one was a vertical threat, as well as he gave weapons of Steve Smith and Legadou Nene, which Legadou Nene was not that good of a weapon, but hey, here nor there, you had Pro Bowlers all over the field. You had Greg Olsen and Steve Smith in the Pro Bowl because the young quarterback, aka Cam Newton, always had an outlet to go with the football. Smart people understand things like this. I'm going to go a little further to say, okay, at the tight end position, you probably move forward only with Tommy Tremble. I understand we just pick up Jordan Matthews, but a new regime is not going to be betting on damn near 33, 34-year-old Jordan Matthews to come out here and be a difference maker. He's not. At wide receiver, on this, we have damn near 8 to 9 guys at the wide receiver position. Adam Thielen is your 1,000-yard receiver, and he's already talking like he's not going to be here next year. And I hate to say it, Mango is the only person who's on contract other than Adam Thielen for next year. So DJ Chark, Amir Smith, Marset, Terrence Marshall Jr., Mike Strachan, Cam Sims, Jalen Camp, Jonathan, Laviska Shenault, all of them boys gonna be gone. I don't see them keeping Laviska Shenault because they're getting the same thing that they're getting out of Shenault that they're getting out of Ismail Smith Marset, which is not a damn thing. You ain't getting shit out of them. So what's the point? At the wide receiver position, it's so dependent because they claim we can't get separation. Well, look at the talent that we have here. And yes, the Carolina Panthers overvalued this position going into the offseason by trying to get Thielen and Chark in here. It was a room that was very, very lackluster, and I think Panther fans overvalued this position so much because they kept saying that these guys are going to be special, and they had Chark getting 1,000 and Thielen got 1,000 and Terrence Marshall was supposed to get 850. Oh, okay. Mango was supposed to come out and give you at least 500 this year. Well, he did give you 500. He gave you 490, so I give you that. It was a quiet 400. I put it like that. In the running back room, I'm looking at this list right here. Got Miles Sanders, Blackshear, Mike Boone, Tariq Cohen, Spencer Brown, Chuba Hubbard. I say you keep Chuba, you keep Spencer Brown, and you get rid of everybody else on this motherfucker, man. Tariq Cohen is coming off of a season-ending injury which he couldn't get on the field. What the fuck he here for? Why is we doing this experiment and shit with a guy that has not been used to walking with both feet? It's a fact. This nigga was limping for the last 2 years. Raheem Blackshear, only good enough for special teams. He's a 4-stringer at best. Miles Sanders is a number 2 running back. I ain't making this up. Chuba has jumped ahead of him. And the worst part is Chuba is a number 3 running back on somebody else's team. He's done better this year, but he's still not good enough. You need to upgrade all these positions. Running back, wide receiver, offensive line, you got to do it. And quarterback is the number one position you must upgrade this year. Quarterback, in order to give a new head coach a fighting chance, I believe that the Carolina Panthers should go into next year, and this is just my honest opinion. You give Bryce Young 3 games. If he don't look good in the first 3 games of the season, you sit him down and bench him. Put the veteran out there, because if he's not looking good and he come out and he throwing interceptions and he throwing pick sixes and he's still not sliding, stepping up into the pocket, and he's still throwing off his tippy toes, you can't go into next year like that, bro. This is the off season where you're supposed to progress and get better. And we've seen a full 17-game display of what he looks like. 16 to be exact, if you guys want to count, week 3. But I'm being honest and real with you. He has a lot of work to put in this offseason if he wants even a fighting chance at coming out next year and giving us any kind of production. I don't believe in Bryce Young. I'll tell anybody that hears me and hears what I'm saying. He don't have the arm strength. Like I said, out route, 20 yards. Can he make that pass? He struggles. The number one thing is I'm not picking on him, but I have high, and when I say high, I have high expectations for the quarterback of my team. And the number one thing is you have to be able to make all the throws and not making it running out of the pocket, scrolling out of the pocket. You got to be able to stand in that pocket and undoubtedly make some throws that in today's NFL are requisite throws, are average throws. You can't just run away from average throws. You got to be able to stand on the mountaintop and declare that you can do this thing. The number one thing I have for you guys right now, we are in a mess because we still haven't figured out the quarterback position after all this trading up. Our running back position is inept. Our wide receivers, and our wide receiver corps is inept. Our tight end room only has one tight end. Hayden Hurst is non-existent. Our offensive line they're only good for run blocking. It's terrible. This entire team, this entire offense, this entire coaching staff, as constructed, is terrible. Now, the fellas is here. I know they been sitting back waiting and itching to get at their chance. The number one thing, I just laid it out to you guys, players that I believe is going to get cut. Like I said, you see Terrence Marshall Jr. is on the thumbnail. His ass is the first one being tossed out Fresh Prince style. They already done told him go seek a trade. Go on, get the shit, get the fuck on. That's what they told him. So, is there any players that you guys believe that potentially could stay or could go? Who y'all got in y'all mind?
Well, players that could go and could seek a potential trade. Like I said, start with the one that you just mentioned, Q. SMI or IMS or whatever his name is. Then your LaVisca Chenault, because these are only gadget players. These are only gadget and Jalen laughing, but the deal is this. Seriously speaking, you look at these playoff games that just got played.
Oh,
They're not coming down to gadget plays or they're lining up and playing football. If you looked at Dallas and Green Bay yesterday, Green
yeah.
Bay smacked them in the mouth from the gate. No gadget plays, nothing like
Run
that.
game
Not
is
the
the
this and
top.
that solid run game that led into play action, that led into this, that led into that. Solid
Yep.
defense, takeaways, things like that that led in doing do your job. Ball ball placement by the quarterback, um, taking what the defense get, everything. Basic football, jumping up on somebody, continue to keep the pressure on them until the whistle blows each quarter. Dallas couldn't come back. If you looked
Nope.
at the Detroit LA game last night, beautiful game played by both sides. You know what I'm saying? Tit for tat, going back and forth. One to come down to the the last minutes, last seconds of the
Mm.
game last night.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cold, and so that game, that game was played in all three phases on the sideline, everything. Excuse me, on the sideline, everything. Coaching matters, everything.
Yeah.
So therefore, this team, this organization is going to have to be structured in a way that the coaching, the front office, the quarterback play, the offensive line play, the running back play, whatever room that you were just talking about, Q, you was 110% correct in your opening soliloquy, your breakdown about what needs to happen. From top to bottom, this thing has to be fixed. From top to bottom. It's nothing that we can hang our hat on as the Carolina Panthers going into 2024 season saying, oh, we did this well, we did that well. No, we muffed up stuff on special teams. We muffed up stuff with the offensive line. We muffed up stuff. Now there's other quarterbacks yesterday. Jordan Love, he was under duress. It ain't like Green Bay got a top 10 offensive line. They don't. The boy was under the rest. He stepped up in the pocket. He was cool under pressure. Him and CJ Stroud, same way. NFC, AFC. Nobody has a perfect line. Nobody has a perfect wide receiving core that like is just blowing past people. It's all scheme, predicated on scheme, predicated on what if you want to say pre-motion snap, if you want to say the wide nines or the splits or the downhill blocking, zone blocking scheme, whatever. You can't run it without the requisite talent. Requisite talent. Let's use that word or use that phrase. Who should be cut? You should start cut. I went all the way around my back to get to
LaVisca
this. Say
Chenault.
this, not just LaVisca. It should be anybody who doesn't have the requisite talent. Q. Just to answer
Mm.
your question.
Mm. Well,
So if if,
yeah.
if you if you're this guy, if you're one of these um guys that we waiting on to show us to pop or to develop or whatever, we don't have time. This new regime that's coming in, start getting your players together, give the coach time, give the organization time to go ahead and get in here, get their people, get their scheme, get that. Because right now, these leftover players, Ian Thomas, like you named, the Tommy Trembles, the this one, the that one, they haven't gotten it yet, Q. They're not showing you start. They're not developing into stars or people who can play at a high level in this league.
But
If we,
what does it take to get these guys? Because I know a lot of people are going to give us a lot of pushback on what we're saying
mm-hmm,
about, okay, you got 21 guys going out the door, you don't get rid of all 21. Well, you got to understand, a new regime is coming in. They want their guys in the building.
Yeah.
exactly.
Every
Yeah.
roster
So,
count, every roster spot matters. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying?
mm-hmm, that's what
There's
I'm
no
trying to tell them.
time to sit down and say, okay, because you were a favorite in the last regime, or because you're a fan favorite, and we want to see, we gave up. Like DJ Johnson is
Mm-hmm,
is 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 one I'm talking about. We traded up to get him, but and I'm under the impression he's going to stay with the next regime because when he was given a chance to play time and time again this season, he made plays. He just didn't get enough playing time.
Nope.
But what I'm looking at is okay, you got Marquise Haynes, you got YGM, you got all these other guys who's been here through 2 to 3 regimes, and we still
yeah,
haven't seen them jump off the screen. I'm still waiting for these guys to jump. YGM is the biggest
I'm
disappointment.
sick of Marquise Haynes and YGM. You know what, Q? I'm sick of him, Q. I'm so sick of him. I'm sick of I'm sick of the YGMs, the Marquise Haynes, and I think the players that's gonna be cut is Laviska. It's gonna be a lot of people, y'all. Are the talent not there? So I think it's gonna be a lot of people, man, that's gonna get cut. Especially if Tepa stays in a way. Oh yeah, a lot of people finna be cut, y'all. And this team finna look so different next year. To the point is like it's gonna show that we in rebuilding mode. That's how bad it's gonna look. It's gonna
But you
show
can't
that
get
we
there.
in
You
rebuilding mode.
can't get into rebuilding mode, Jalen. You said two very important things. If Tepper stays in the way or whatever, you cannot go into rebuilding mode, firing coaches and different regimes every 2 years. You're not gonna do that. Would you agree? Would you agree, Q?
Oh, 100%. You can't do it.
Okay, so you can't do it. So we fired Ron in 2 years. We fired Rule in 2 years. We fired Frank in 11 games. You see what I'm saying? So where has them last 5 years that Q 5 to 6 years? Where was some continuity built?
There was none. Every time you get a player
There you
in, the
go.
coach gets fired. So you got
Yeah.
leftover players coming into another regime. This is the first time that we have had 21 free agents and 53-man roster. That's half of your team right there getting ready to walk
That's
out of
it.
the door.
Yeah,
I'm just
So
saying.
I said, man,
so
like
why
it
do
was gonna
they
be a lot.
retain in them 21? If you read off and checked off every last one of them 21, hell, you can pretty much say all 21 of them could go, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
So the next man comes in here and see. That's why I said it before, and like I said, a lot of things I say sometimes go over people's head. Some people catch it or whatever. You have y'all got to understand the circumstances that we in right now, as of right now. David Tepper, Jalen just alluded to it, is sitting here waiting on a Ben Johnson or
That's what
a Bobby
That's
Slowick
man.
or something like that. This is not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. He can't
Yeah.
talk to him. Y'all understand the time frame. We're going as of right now. We're going into the second round. After this game tonight, we're going into the second round of the playoff. He can't speak to anybody until next Monday. Do you see what New England is already doing? There's a coach already in place. He's already putting together a staff. He's putting together a staff.
Shout out to AJ Brooks. He said, so you might as well say the next guy has roster freedom in a sense. Yeah. You'll have the choice to cut a lot of these old regime players and bring in a fresh slate of guys.
Fresh.
That's
It's
the
gonna be
best thing
fresh.
about it. He has full range to bring in a fresh set on both offensively and I'm gonna be real with you. Most of the free agents are going. You got about a handful, like 5 or 6 of them that's going to be defensive, but most of them going to be offensive guys.
Yeah.
Minus the offensive line. So I mean, hell, get them out of here. Terrence Marshalls, Laviskas, get all of them out of here.
Yeah, these guys. Just say if Tep right now tonight, if Tep name a head coach, he's gonna be on a private jet tonight and be in Carolina in the morning doing a press conference in the morning. No matter where he comes from around the United States, wherever he's from, he's gonna load up his family and they gonna be on a private jet to North Carolina to Charlotte tomorrow. By noontime, he gonna have a press conference. This is how fast this stuff goes. Then he gonna that same day. So by Wednesday, he's gonna be naming people, interviewing people for his staff. At the same time, he's gonna be going through the same names that Q just read off, building a roster. Then at the same time, He's doing a draft and free agency. But something's going to be overlooked, y'all. Just like we overlooked the wide receiving core this year. Because you're talking about 1 year Frank came in over a couple of months and had to put a product on the field. It ain't going to happen like that. It don't happen like that.
I was not high on this wide receiving corps. And I remember when everybody was saying, oh, we got one of the best wide receiving corps, I said, y'all sure about that? Because other than Thielen, I said Thielen, the only thing he could do was match DJ Moore numbers. I said, but you still got a hole where there's a lot of offensive production. I said, remember, I don't know what I'm going to get out of DJ Chark. And I told you also as well, I don't believe in Terrence Marshall Jr. And I fought people tooth and nail for about 4 or 5 months. Not only just you, just a lot of people. Like, I want to bet off of Wiley. You, everybody.
Wiley.
I told everybody I did not believe in Terrence Marshall Jr., nor did I believe in the regime believing in him. And the number one thing, I went to camp and I saw him out there working, and I said to myself, after I saw Steve Smith and Musa Muhammad put their arms around Mingo, I said it was over for Terrence Marshall Jr. there. I said it was over. So I'm looking at this not from a fan's perspective. I'm looking at this from a roster perspective to make it make sense. You're looking at these guys, and if you have no way to put them on the field, because Ishmael Smith only had about 2 or 3 games. They traded for him for the trade deadline, but he only got like 3 games where he actually came in and played. Same stuff you seen from Laviska. This regime does not understand offense, nor did the last regime. Matt Rule's regime, Frank Reich regime did not understand how to build and create a offense. When you're going off of schemes from the 50s and the 60s, NFL has evolved. We were one of the most predictable teams in all of football last year. Am I right or wrong about that, Goat?
We were.
You right.
And same thing this year.
Yeah.
What you mean? Same thing this year.
Yeah. We are one of the most predictable teams.
Yeah. Same thing this year. And that's what they're talking about right now. I will allude back to the Cowboy Green Bay game. First thing, when the sports centers and the first takes and all that came on this morning, the first thing they said, predictability about Mike McCarthy's offense. They've been doing the same stuff all year. And Green Bay caught them in it. You have to switch this thing up. One thing everybody know, and I'm not picking on them, just like you just said, Bryce Young is limited in his abilities. So that
break
makes
it down,
predictability.
But break it down for people, because I don't think people understand what's the role of a starting quarterback in the NFL, because they don't understand he's viewed as the leader of the team. Your team goals as your quarterback goals. So can you break that down for people? When you have bad quarterback play, what does your team resemble?
It resembles us in offense having to be in the gun all the time, or the pistol, or up in the center in predictable situations. Therefore, the defensive coordinator is able to shoot. He's reading your playbook. He's literally on the other side of the field reading your playbook by looking at your formations. He's reading your playbook. Wow. And with us not able to get in and out of the huddle and only having 2 to 3 seconds to hike the ball, we can't look over to the other side, up and down the offensive line, make adjustments, cue in on gaps or gap control or whatever. Hey, Savala, you got the guy if he comes inside. Hey, such, you got this, calling this and that, checking out of this play, checking into another. We don't have time because of communication. It just leads to this, to that, so much.
So is football not the ultimate game of chess?
Yes, sir. All day.
I thought
all
so.
day.
So the last time you seen us audible out of stuff or made chess moves at the line of scrimmage, how long has that been?
That's the
Prob-
quarterback that got to do
Probably
that,
like
right?
Andy Dalton in Seattle in one of the loudest stadiums in
Mm-hmm.
the NFL.
That boy Andy Dalton, GOAT, when I saw him doing audibles and that stuff, this dude was reading the defense and he would see that they blitzing, or he would see that the safety finna come down. Like he saw everything at that game. He was like, okay, so I might want to throw it to Mingo right here because they finna blitz. So I'm finna tell Mingo to run a in or a slant because they finna blitz me. So I gotta do something like that to get them off of me. See, stuff like that is like minor stuff that I like because you don't want to be too predictable at the same time. You don't want to be. But the thing is, though, for you to do that, you got to be smart playing QB. You got to be very smart
Yeah, you gotta have high IQ. You gotta have a high
Yeah.
IQ.
reading
Well,
defenses is hard, man.
it's called a skill set, Jalen. You have to have a skill set to play quarterback. And when I say a skill set, the ability to read defenses, the ability to audible, be able to shift offensive lines if you see the rush coming from a particular or a perspective side of the field.
And
You
shift
also have
receivers
to,
too.
oh yeah, you
All
gotta you
that.
gotta understand rhythm. You gotta understand your pocket presence. You gotta understand footwork means everything when you're going to push off the back of your foot to make throws. And we've
Man.
seen our quarterback this year be lackluster in every single department
Hmm.
that he was promised to be special in. He was promised to be special in the, what's this right here? In the thinking department. He was
Hmm.
promised to be special in the computing department. They said he had the ability to extend plays and find people downfield. And we seen a lot of that very slim this year. Even when he was running for, even number one thing, y'all said he could break away, scramble outside the pocket, and find people down the field. He struggled doing that this year.
Hmm.
So
Man.
the number one thing that y'all say, be mindful, y'all say he didn't have time with the offensive line. Be mindful, his number one
He did
skill
have
set is
time a lot.
scrambling outside of the pocket and finding people down the field. That's his number one skill set.
Well,
Yep.
Q, we can go with little nuances too. Um, you have somebody like Tom Brady. Y'all know who that is, right? Y'all know who that guy
Hmm.
is. Tom Brady. You remember when Tom Brady was an advocate about these jersey changes, where these guys was wearing these lower numbers like Shaq Thompson and all, change to number 7 and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, Tom Brady, his mind, this is just a little nuance now. What I'm getting to, his mind is that number this through that is a linebacker. Number this through that is a lineman, edge rusher, whatever have you, right? So he's got that set and say that's how he acknowledges who's the Mike linebacker, who's the Will linebacker, or what have you. Who's the Joker, who's the Sam, who's the whatever.
Who's the weak
But
side? Who's
who's
the
the weak side? There
yeah,
you go,
all
Jalen.
that.
You understand what I'm saying? So he was upset when the NFL allowed them to change these numbers. Now he's got to change the way he's looking at the game, or the little things that
Oh,
he can spot in the game. Like there go 53. 53 is the linebacker. Boom, boom, boom. You see what I'm saying? Now he's got to know where these guys are setting this and that and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because see, he
yeah.
might have not even looked at the way he was reading defenses of formation. He was looking at numbers. You see what I'm saying? See, that's just a little nuance. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
comes from supposedly the greatest guy on earth to ever play the position. He was not worrying about defensive formation. So you can find other things to find, to call this stuff out. He was just going by jersey numbers.
Man, I'm gonna be real with you. This team was historically bad because our quarterback play was
Mm,
historically bad this season. And like I said, you can't have it both ways. You can't praise a quarterback when he come out and he give you 300 yards and he's efficient and he gives you a 68 completion percentage and he's
Yeah,
you can't praise him when he comes out and give you that type of game with a bad old line, because I watched CJ Stroud do it majority of the year. With a bad offensive line, he'll come out and give you 300 plus yards and a fighting chance to win every single game. And these guys will down that and they will say, hey,
we
our guy
blocking
don't
for you.
have a line. Well,
mm-hmm.
at what point does a number one overall pick uplift this offensive line?
Mm-hmm.
At
Well,
what point does he do that?
I mean, the thing is with Bryce is okay. So I want y'all to hear me on this one. Um, go Q. Don't get mad at this, but
Here we go.
all I'm gonna say is we've been lied to. Bryce need about. So my dad said Bryce needs about at least 3 years to sit, and learn NFL defenses, because going from college to the NFL is, it's difficult to read defenses because they hide it better than
Yeah,
college. They hide
exactly
it
Mm,
right.
better. So he said Bryce needs to sit for 3 years because
Mm-hmm.
that's, you know, for him. And he said some people are different. He said like Shroud and the Florida Gator quarterback, they're different. They could read
hell,
defenses and
Levis too.
and that stuff. So, but he said sit Bryce
What?
for
Not
3 years.
not just they physically, Jalen, and everybody thinks like he's crazy. Look, physically, Jalen, they have a little more to get them by. You understand what I'm saying? Just say if I'm just one thing, if I'm faster than you, you understand what I'm saying? So nine times ten, if I can run faster than you, Jalen, in athletics, I'm probably gonna be just a little bit better than you because I'm faster than you. I have that over you. I'm faster than you.
Yeah,
So you can't name a sport where speed doesn't matter. Not even talking about. I'm not talking about strength, height,
Ooh, that's
capability,
a
anything like.
fact.
I'm just saying speed. I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna be a little better than you because I'm faster than you. Now, if I'm
yeah,
stronger, faster, stronger, whatever, I know I'm gonna be better than you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then now put the mental into it. Let's put the mental. I know I'm gonna be better than you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Go. Check out
yeah.
this. Check out this fun fact for the season. When we started this season, and Brian Burns was supposed to be the number one overall free agent from this season, and the terrible play from the Carolina Panthers to finish in 215 has pushed him down.
Yes,
Pro
sir.
Football Focus now has Brian Burns as the fifth best free agent on the market.
hmm
The fifth best. Be mindful, ahead of him, they got Chris Jones, Kirk Cousins,
hmm
Josh Allen, who had over 16 plus sacks this year,
hmm
T. Higgins, and that's the guy that want everybody to trade Brian Burns for, T. Higgins. And
oh
then Brian
God,
Burns himself.
these guys listen to people too much, man. 'Cause where are they getting that from? Really,
Well,
Well,
T. Higgins? Really?
what, but the number one thing is they want a receiver because the number one thing is they feel like separation is going to be the difference. And like we said, we have watched CJ Stroud work with inferior receivers and make them better.
That's what.
Now be
Thank you.
mindful, Bryce Young has Adam Thielen, DJ Chalk, two former Pro Bowlers right there. Two former
Two,
Pro Bowlers. Not
two.
one, two former Pro Bowlers, and he still can't seem to deliver the ball to them. Now be mindful, it's not their fault that they are dependent upon the quarterback to deliver them the ball. It's not their fault.
Not their
Man,
fault.
dude.
No. And
I'm
I'm like I say, I'm not gonna make this a Bryce
about
Young
Bryce.
thing
Yeah.
or about Bryce in a lot of these conversations, but when if people come up to challenge it, or you hear in the chat, and you write a long paragraph about what this person did, and Bryce couldn't have did this, and all of this, and he couldn't have been good as this. Man, you see these young guys. Jordan Love was under the rest last night, but when they got up 21 points, the Cowboys had to come at them different, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it affects it. It affected Brian Burns' play. If we was talking about that, by being down, by getting nothing from the offense all year, it
Yep.
affected this
Mm-hmm.
man's play because the defense has to go at the offense differently when they're down 14 and 21, or you give up a pick six and the momentum shifts.
And
So
the thing
if
is,
you sit there and think quarterback play don't matter
it do.
in a football game, it matters. Oh my
And
Yeah.
God, it
and
matters.
and then y'all, the funny thing is about that Cowboys and Green Bay game. I tried to tell my family. I said if the Panthers just had a better quarterback that game, we would have beat y'all down. We would have beat the man. We would do the same thing like Green Bay did because they couldn't stop our run either. If we had
Yeah.
a better quarterback, we would have did the exact same thing. Dude, I'm telling you, that's why quarterback matters.
Yeah. Hey JP,
That's
it
why.
hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts me like a root canal to say that name sometimes. That's why I can't get it out, bruh.
Look, the link is in the chat. I know there's always going to be somebody to cheer on Bryce Young, and I fully welcome it. Like I said, uh, you can't go on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter and have an opinion about the situation, and it's all because fans and people know deep down inside that a new coaching regime is not going to wager their job on a guy that's coming out in his rookie season had a lackluster year. And we all know it's because everybody want to blame it on the offensive line. They want to blame it on the receivers. They want to blame it on the run game. They want to blame it on the coaches. At the end of the day, out of the mix, everything can't fucking suck all at one time.
No.
You can't have terrible coaching, terrible offensive line, terrible running backs. You can't have terrible receivers and not have a terrible quarterback. He can't be upper echelon and the rest of them boys are terrible, but he don't produce. So you understand what I'm saying when I say that? I know that some of that went over your head. You can't say it was terrible coaching. You can't say
Nah.
it was terrible running backs, terrible tight ends, terrible offensive line play, and it wasn't terrible quarterback play as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say that because
Can't he?
if he was good but they were bad, it would have showcased itself. It would have showcased itself.
Mm-hmm.
You would have saw him come out and in some losses he would have had 300, 325, 350. And you would have
Mm-hmm.
said, well, damn, that
Yes,
Bryce is
sir.
nice.
Yes,
He threw for
sir.
3 touchdowns and 350, but we lost. Okay, but
Yeah,
I
the
get you.
defense gave up this one, this, or special team what I'm saying, let them run back one, or whatever, or we lost that by a field goal, or Eddie Pinero missed one, or whatever. Yeah, he had the
Go.
numbers would have
He
shown
had
it, y'all.
94 yards one game, 112 the next
Oh my,
game,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and
You hit that on the
112
head
came
too.
on one drive. Piece
See
of
Yeah,
that
that?
came on a drive.
it's nothing I can say. You hit that on the head, bro.
You
The
can't
numbers would
sit
have
here and
reflected it.
say you can't say he's so good, but everybody else is so bad because his numbers would have jumped.
Yeah, yeah.
And you would say, okay, well, at least if he's that bad, something would have showcased itself.
16
Something.
games he played in. One 300-yard game. One 300-yard game. 1 or 2 yards over 250. Come on, man. Come on. So you telling me 11 guys on the offensive side, and we play more than that over a period of time, ain't shit. That's what you telling
Uh,
us, Q.
what
Just a
what
blunt,
what the argument that
basically.
they have is they say the coaching. So let's
Still
break
not.
that down.
Yep.
Let's break that down. Now, be mindful. Trevor Lawrence with terrible coaching, even though he had Urban Meyer, terrible coaching. Trevor Lawrence came on and had 300-yard games. We saw that.
Yes.
We saw that. And
And
whose
they
number do they showcase together? Trevor Lawrence and Bryce Young's.
mm-hmm.
Don't they put them in there?
They do.
And
They do that
at
all the
some point in
time.
time, the Jaguars are going to draft an offensive lineman because their offensive line still ain't getting the proper protection. That's why that boy ribs and stuff got messed up this year.
But even without the proper protection, you still say Trevor Lawrence is that guy. Am I right or
Yes,
wrong?
sir. Yes, sir. All
Yeah.
day.
And
Yes,
why
sir.
is he? Why is he? Because you saw it with your own two eyes. He produced in spite of the team coming out being lackluster.
You see the
You know what I'm
numbers.
saying? You see it. People act like we picking fun of Bryce or we're sitting here saying stuff that's untrue. No, take a look at the numbers. And they'll say, well, you can't look at the numbers only. I'm looking at him directly with the numbers
Two.
and the eye test.
Mm-hmm.
The eye test tell me he was not great. I don't need to look at the numbers to see incompletion after incompletion after incompletion. Terrible footwork. I mean, come on, bro. Terrible footwork. We watched him this year made throws off of his tippy toes, and people say, "Oh, that's because he had to get in. It's okay. He had to get himself together to make that throw.
Mm-hmm.
Tippy toes now." And I watched him throw off his tippy toes and threw a pick six a couple times. Now be mindful, we bashed Dak Prescott last night for throwing pick sixes and costing them the game. But when Bryce do it, give him next year.
That's what. Yeah, bro. I
Yeah.
don't, man. I don't like that, but I do think Dak gone though, because he has plenty of chances to go further than the first round or the second round. Like, you know, Dak got weapons. So for the people that saying give Bryce weapons and things like that, right? Okay, and we go to the playoffs. Is the first round playoffs going to be our limit? Because we could give Bryce all these weapons like the Cowboys, right? And Bryce would play the same way as Dak Prescott.
Dang.
That would be scary. That would be scary.
I can't agree with that, Jalen, because
Well, what he's saying is, look at all the weapon that Dak Prescott has,
That's
and he
what I'm
still can't
saying.
manage to get the job done.
well, that was I can't put all that on Dak Prescott, and I'm not a
He-
Cowboy fan. I could give a
Okay,
damn about
okay.
Dak
So did
Prescott.
Dak not? Did he not throw a pick six yesterday, costing him the game?
Yeah, no, that really didn't cost him the game. That game was
Well,
lost.
it damn sure
Before-
didn't enhance them.
No, it didn't enhance it. It didn't help. But that game was lost in the second, like the first or the second quarter, though. Q. What, Green Bay jumped on Dallas like a spider monkey, bro. They wasn't coming up off of them, son. When it was just Green Bay's night. Like Green Bay wanted it more.
Yeah.
I think the Dallas Cowboys thought somebody owed them something, like they were gonna go in that Texas Stadium there, and Green Bay had already unfolded. Green Bay came to play.
Well, and that's the number one thing. But before we continue, welcome to on Don, man. 704 Charlotte Bound Show. What's going on, Twan?
Yo, what
Got
up, man?
your TV in the
What's the
background a
deal,
little loud.
Twan?
Wow, hold on, my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What's good, fellas?
What's
Oh
up,
man,
now?
what's happening? What's happening?
I hear what y'all talking about with Bryce. I mean, what more can you say?
You gotta explain it, Twan, because if you don't, there's always gonna be somebody on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter that's
Shaking
ready
their
to go.
titties.
Boy, them boys it's a coalition. It's a little man coalition over there.
I told y'all it's a cult. It's cold, bro. They're ready to ride, bro. They got the little wicker, what's the shit they carry around with the fire? The wicker shit. Little toe-up T-shirts with Bryce on the front.
Oh wow!
You want me to make
okay. Number 9.
Them cats is buck wild.
Okay.
I went on Twitter yesterday and I said, somebody asked me, do you see? I think the question was something Bryce related. Do I see Bryce potentially getting better next year? And I say I have zero faith in Bryce and the regime to take this thing to the next level next year. And when I said that, the Joker said, "Oh, okay, well, I'm looking for a stupid person on your podcast. Can you? I'm writing a paper. Can you find me a stupid person?" And the one thing that these Bryce fans aren't is even open to having a conversation when they clearly never played football, nor do they know football.
But they're the first ones to tell you that you don't know football.
Exactly. Yeah. All day long.
Well, what makes it that okay, we have Bryce Young, and then you tell us that the other 10 guys that Bryce Young played with ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then you want us to go on the other side of the ball and trade everybody to get somebody for Bryce Young, right, to play with. And next year we're supposed to be better? How does that work? Did I formulate the question correctly? I mean, are y'all seeing what I'm saying?
Addition by subtraction, sir. I mean, that's all I took from it. So we get better by getting rid of all the defensive players to build the offense up. And then when the offense finally get it together, the defense is going to be lackluster.
See, y'all, and here is what
so, and that equals to winning.
Oh, yeah. And they book. Because all they want to see is Bryce come out.
And
all they want to see is Bryce come out and have positive yardage.
Oh, okay.
That's all they want to see.
Okay.
And here's the thing about all of this. When I hear people say the draft is all about Bryce, it's not about the team. They don't even mention the team. They have got to focus on Bryce. They got to focus on Bryce, and they got to make this work. Man, they got to focus on him, get weapons for him, get O-line for him.
Well, Jalen, he's the LeBron of football. You didn't know that?
Wait, hold on. Watch yourself.
That's what he has his own fan base. They in LeBron's word, either you give LeBron what he need, or you will be the villain.
Don't put LeBron in the same sentence with this motherfucker.
Well, I have to agree with Twan on this. LeBron got the jury.
LeBron is a winner.
LeBron come out the box from high school.
LeBron can carry a team by himself.
Yeah, different.
Y'all don't see Bryce carrying his team. I mean, come on,
bro. Never.
No. You know what they say? Y'all old heads must subject.
Basketball like that. No.
Y'all gotta subject yourselves to being open. Y'all not being open enough.
So let me ask you this. What does the new crowd do better than us so-called old heads? What do they do that's far more superior?
I'll say this right here, Twan. When did football change? I don't care if you're 90. I don't care if you're 90 or you're 19. When did football change?
With their generation? All the rules came. You can't hit motherfuckers a certain way. You can't hit them in the air. You can't even do offsides. You can't do the offside shit correctly. At one point, they tried to kick the damn ball from the 40-yard line, and then you had to catch it from 20 yards later. Everything. Oh yeah, you can't touch the quarterback no damn more. You got to lay his ass down on the pillow. It's just it goes on and on and on and on and on, and they still want more.
They also want everything handed to them too, and that's the thing about this young generation too. Which I am part of the generation, and a lot of them want everything to be handed to them. What I mean by that is they don't want to work for it.
They don't work for shit. They want it right now. They don't want to have to wait.
No,
They want that microwavable bullshit right now.
Y'all see what Chris said right here? Hey Q, according to those Bryce fans, he is better than the great one, his airness, Michael Jordan. That's what they call him, the Michael Jordan of football.
that's
Our
bad.
motherfucker is 2-15.
Mm-hmm.
He the Michael
Is adored out here in these streets.
Let me tell you something, Twan. What they'll use is that analogy how until he got Scottie Pippen, he couldn't get away from the Pistons. So they waiting on his very own version of Scottie Pippen to come.
Oh, okay.
Just wait. Just wait.
Okay.
They gonna go and draft a receiver. They gonna go get Troy Franklin or whoever drops to him, and that could be his Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
Who gonna tell him?
Okay.
Who gonna tell him that Jordan was still dominant by himself? He just didn't win.
Yeah.
Well, look, it could take Troy Franklin or T. Higgins for them to see it. One or the other.
Well, they still gonna blame the line when he can't get the ball to Troy Franklin or T. Higgins or the other boy from Texas or whoever.
Adai Mitchell, yeah.
Yeah. So then it's gonna be the offensive line. It's gonna be some excuse of somebody. It's gonna be Icky. It's gonna be who? I mean, I don't care.
It's gonna be the new coach. It's gonna be the new regime. They're gonna get fired fast as they get their ass up in here. I tell y'all.
No, they ain't. Because one thing is for sure, and one thing is for sure. And I'm gonna say it again tonight. I'll probably say it again tomorrow. I'll probably say it again. The love affair with David Tepper and Bryce Young is over. So therefore, I'm gonna tell y'all,
it's over.
Bryce has this year and this year only.
Ooh.
Get his shit together. I'm sorry.
I told you. Go. He got about 3 games. If he looked terrible in the first 3 games of the season,
that's it.
They're gonna bench him, bro.
Yes.
I hate to tell y'all. So if you're on Twitter right now watching this and you got your 2 little ass cheeks tight right now and all up in a punch, you might as well understand what we're saying. You got 3 games next year for your number 1 overall quarterback.
Yes.
You better savor them 3 games while you can. Because if he looked terrible in them 3 games, or if we start off losing, he gone.
Yeah. But why did the owner throw a drink on the dude? Why was he cussing behind this cat here? And he knows it. He knows that there's a reason why I did this, and this is the reason why I picked the wrong quarterback. And then that C.J. Stroud didn't help him any bit. If they buddies, he didn't help him by winning the other day.
I'm glad that nigga buried his ass.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
He buried him, man. He dusting this dude.
CJ won't even take his phone calls right now.
Yeah, he dusting this
Who's that, Bryce?
Nah,
tell him I call him back in the offseason.
Tell him I call him back when I finish winning.
I'm concentrating right now.
But he deserved every bit of this because they call him a hard to work with quarterback. They had the narratives all in the news about he was difficult, couldn't understand, and he was at a party. Remember they say he was at a party and Bryce was studying?
That's not what it seems say. That's not what the Texans say. The Texans say he's the ultimate teammate.
Sean of the Straw Hats, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You asked, do you think that Tepper will feel the same way? 3 games and Bryce is out. Yes. He has short patience. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if he come and drop the first 3 games of the season, they're gonna be chanting for Andy Dalton to come out there. So for his sake, he better get the pumping. He better get Bowflex. He better get out there and start moving his ass around. He better go get a yoga mat. He better go get Bowflex and a yoga mat and get his ass out there and start the moving.
Run on.
Hey,
running
Texas
on hills
Swarm,
and
my
everything.
guy. Rumble your man, rumble. Let that boy keep winning. Let him keep winning. For real. Y'all got it, man. Y'all living a dream out there, bro. Promise.
Bryce gonna start crying. Go. Like he gonna start when he lose 3 games.
That boy soft as oatmeal, man.
You got one, boy. All out there in Green Bay, you got one, boy. You got one.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm so made up on my mind and my decision to move forward. And I'm usually pretty good. Like I said, I'm pretty spot on with this thing. I feel like, and like I told you guys, the day that Tepper threw that drink, and after that he had to pay that 300,000, and after that you heard he hired a firm. That was his way of saying, I wash my hands clean of this motherfucker, man. That was his way of saying, okay, next year, if he wins the competition, he wins. If not, we'll go move with Andy. I'm getting the fuck out of this because it's bad publicity for me. The more and more I stay around cheering him on.
Because Shannon Sharp talked about him. ESPN talked about Tepper. I mean, everybody flaming Tepper. Everybody.
Fuck Shannon Sharp.
Well,
Yeah. How long did it take for Tepper to cut Teddy feet from up under him? Shook up.
A year.
Cut. Cut. How long?
They get rid of a lot of quarterbacks after a year.
Yeah, the cut is away from Cam. Cut it. How long did it take to say he didn't like Sam Darnold in the first place? How long did it take him to cut away from Baker? Cut it. Hey, you don't love you for long, bro.
They cut that nigga
You
in the
don't
middle of
love
the
you
season.
for long.
Let me see, but I see Bakerfield on my TV right now.
Yeah,
Beating
you
Eagles.
Wait, what? What?
But Twan, you cannot play in a place where you're not wanted. You understand what I'm saying? That goes a long way as well.
Especially by some bum ass motherfuckers.
Baker Mayfield.
It was Matt Rule that didn't want him.
How was Baker how does he have 137 yards?
He went to a team that believes in him. Shit.
He got more than Bryce the last game already. And punk ass 94 yards he had.
All right, Q, you at the plate. I'm about to throw these pitches at you. Let me tell you how you struck out.
Yeah,
ready? I'm about to throw pitch number one. David Tepper. Strike.
Yeah.
Okay, Scott Fitterer. Strike.
Steve, right?
Okay, I'm coming with my fastball. Bryce Young.
Oh, you're out. Out of there.
Okay. So they said no. They said that shit was outside, even though it was definitely a strike. They said it was outside.
Okay. So you give him one more. Cause see, he got a lifeline. He called a free.
So that's a ball. That's a ball.
Okay.
That's a ball right there.
Okay.
Foul tip. Okay.
So it's 2-1. It's 2-1 right now.
I'm about to throw you this curveball. Frank Wright.
Yeah.
That's a strike. You out.
That's another damn. That's 3-1 right there.
I tell you what, you can foul tip that too, because you can say that Frank didn't get this and Frank didn't get that or whatever. So you got to forecast. You 2-2. You can say that because you can say Frank didn't get the quarterback he wanted. This wasn't Frank's fault. What kind of stuff like that. So you can foul tip Frank too.
Big bait.
Okay. Okay, I got another one. Shit. Hey, Q, look this one off. Q, give me the sign, man. Put the fingers out.
All right.
Put the fingers out.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Let me see what you made to throw you, bro. Okay. All right, okay. The Carolina playbook.
Pitches for one.
Hey, no. You hit that one back into the crowd. It's a full count.
Ball.
It's a full count.
Full count. 3-2.
Here we go. Hey, give me one last signal.
All right.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Here it is. All the motherfuckers that say Bryce Young gonna be the shit next year.
You're out. Come on in. Walk home.
Your ass is out.
H-Town is living his best life, man. H-Town.
Don't ever come back to this plate again.
That boy chilling, drinking, and Sitting back, chilling, man, looking at surroundings.
You ever been to Houston before, Jalen?
H-Town.
Nah.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
So you gotta think about it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, because he in Dallas, so Dallas and Houston is a little grip apart from each other. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I just came from Houston, and them boys be out there swerving on Sundays. That's what they do, and I guarantee you, there wasn't a Cadillac with a big fat. Well, I ain't gonna say that. There wasn't a Cadillac that wasn't humping on Sunday night. I could tell you that. Last night, them boys was getting it in.
With the horns on the front.
Them boys was getting it in, bro.
The big ass spokes on the wheels.
I want to be like that, H-Town. I want to be like y'all and, having faith in our quarterback.
See, it's nice to have a quarterback.
Yeah, bro. It is.
It's nice to have one. We don't have that. Yeah. That shit is a relic of the past over here.
Yeah, you got a quarterback. You in every game, man. You in every game.
That motherfucker used to say back then didn't want me. Now I'm hot. No, you all on me.
You in every.
They
game,
treated that boy like shit too. They treated him like shit.
Yeah.
The national media jumped on that boy ass.
Moses.
They even talked about his daddy.
Yeah, they tried to point what his daddy did on him.
Mm-hmm.
That was some fugazi ass shit.
Well, see,
about the
like I
daddy
said,
being
when
locked
you
up.
the media maid, and you got to push, you got to bring the other one down, because we ain't gonna talk. We talked about his daddy. You ain't gonna talk about his physical capabilities over the 1A, 1B guy, or the throws, or that he went and competed and all that stuff. Because think about it. C.J. Stroud could have sat out of the combine too. He knew he was going top 5. Why didn't he?
Yeah, they all could have said.
Yeah.
He's a competitor though.
Yeah, exactly. In that draft right there, he know he wasn't going lower than 10.
You know what pissed me off was when they showcased AR-15 and he looked like fucking Superman, and Bryce was standing there looking at. He towered over Bryce Young. He was 6'5", and Bryce Young was looking up to him like a little kid and smiling and shit like that with his little Timberlands on. I said, man, look at this shit right here.
Little Timberlands. And I knew he was going to get Bryce, man, because of Baker freaking Mayfield. I don't know what's up with Temple with these small quarterbacks, man. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
See, man,
I don't think it's small quarterbacks. It's small minds.
Yeah. Bro, I'll be done. If I'm making Mayfield, I'm slapping the shit out of Evans tonight, bro. You're really fucking up out here, dropping all these passes. I'm slapping the shit out of him.
Bryce is privileged. He probably is.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, man. Any nigga that says super the way he does, he's lived a certain life. Don't kids from the hood say super.
No.
The number one thing, though, I have given Bryce every single chance that I could this entire season. I gave him a chance, and the number one thing is, well, I mean,
I ain't even gonna lie. I tried, and I was right.
Well, Twan, over here, if you didn't give him a chance, then they would have came over here, and like I said, every other content creator can see who they want, or definitively they can say Bryce will come out and throw 500 yards every week and nobody check them. But for some reason with us, they hold us to a different level of accountability when we say stuff over here.
But see, Q, look, this is mathematics right here. This is mathematics. You play shitty in the first game. You threw like 2 pick sixes or something. I don't know, whatever. You play bad in the second game, third game, fourth game. I think around that 6-7 game, and you still playing like dog shit. Like what the fuck am I supposed to go at that point, bro? You've already established who you are. And the 2 wins we got, okay, Eddie Pinheiro got one of those. Chuba Hubbard drove up the field on the other one. I mean, he had one game where he got some decent passes off. And we all gave him credit for that game, bro. But that was just one fucking stone in the ring, bro. The rest of that shit was fugazis.
This how Bryce Young been looking up at AR-15.
Somebody go around with a damn team tester and put the team tester on the Panthers and that shit gonna hit red, bro. This shit is false.
This shit is sad is what it is.
Imagine what that shit gonna do when they put that shit on Bryce Young. This motherfucker is a fugazi. This is not even a real quarterback.
You want to make me happy. Come on, he vegan?
They're like, who sold y'all this shit? The media.
Yeah. Who sold y'all? Yeah, who sold y'all this? Yeah.
The media.
Yeah, who sold y'all this?
We didn't even know that motherfucker came from the pawn shop.
Bake hurt. Bake got up limping. Big got up limping.
Man, shout out to them boys at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I ain't seen a real content creator for Tampa Bay since I've been here.
We gave them motherfuckers no chance. We said they was gonna come in last place.
Yeah.
Look, it's so bad. Even their own fan base ain't even believing it. I ain't seen not one fan on these podcasts for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I ain't seen. I'm sorry. 2 fans be sitting in these boys' chats, man. They gave up on them. If you are in the playoffs and right now you sitting on a live with 2 people, come on, man. Don't nobody believe what the fuck you saying.
I'm gonna tell you like this, hey, too, man. Look, according to this first half, Baker playing lights out, man. His team let them down. This motherfucker's done dropped 3 wide open balls, bro. This motherfucker out here slinging it. They ain't catching the ball.
Well, Twan, if you call a GM yourself, not your agent, and you tell them, hey man, I'm gonna show you, give me a chance, whatever, I promise you this and that. He went out there and betted on himself. He knows this is his last chance, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or he
took advantage of that
probably
shit.
go get backup money, you know what I'm saying, somewhere, whatever. But he R. Kelly, he fighting for his life.
Yeah. He can get 19, 20 million a year. He did it for himself this year, man. He bet on himself and won.
He bet on himself, but see, he's a competitor. You got to give him that. He wants a starting job. He wants a team.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's shown, like I said, he's shown what Jameis Winston couldn't show. With that same team almost presently constructed, he took them to a damn division, and he's in a playoff game. We've seen other quarterbacks struggle to do that.
Yeah,
so
and don't say the organization
he's reliable.
Gave him, all this favoritism, like this is our guy, and
shit, man,
this is
y'all
stick with, and this and that. They didn't.
I ain't gonna get into that shit. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know I'm gonna defend Jameis. You know I'm gonna defend Jameis.
But I'm saying you got to know it.
I'm just saying when Bruce Arians go places, that motherfucker's playbook was trash. It wasn't. You remember Bruce Arians and Tom Brady used to get into it until Tom Brady brought that fucking system from up top, man, down there. They changed the whole offense to what Tom Brady wanted because Bruce Arians' playbook was shitty.
Well, that was a different style of play, though, Twan.
Yeah.
Bruce Arians wanted to go downfield, which that complimented Jameis. Jameis can throw it downfield now. He's going to open it up, throw it downfield. They just didn't have, like, Mike Evans and Godwin at that time was younger and went to go get it. It was just something that wasn't clicking over there in Tampa at the time when they had Jameis.
It was the turnovers. Listen, I tell people, like, you want to say he turned the ball over there X amount of times, 29, 30, something like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But you're not going to just gloss over the fact that man threw for 5,100 yards that year, bro.
Exactly.
Okay, hey, just turn the good with the bad, bro. Don't make it seem like...
Yeah.
I mean, bro, imagine if he ain't thrown damn interceptions, how many yards he would have.
Yeah, if he didn't throw the interceptions or if the defenses was that much better at that time, So let's just don't say that by the time Tom Brady got there, the defense came up.
But that's
and Tom Brady got some guys to come there with him.
You can't be that much of a liability throwing over 30 plus. I think it was 33. 33 interceptions.
But
that's
the
terrible.
motherfucker threw, but he threw the third, I mean, not the third, the fifth largest passing total ever.
Yeah.
I understand, Twan, but it don't mean nothing if it don't equate to wins.
Well, see, like, I ain't gonna do the Bryce Sexual thing. He did have a soft ass O-line that year, but it's still no excuse for throwing 30 interceptions. I'll say that. There's no excuse. Yeah. You gotta throw that bitch away. You gotta throw it away, bro.
But the number one thing is 33 interceptions tell me he is not a guy that's thinking. He's not a forward progressing quarterback. That means to tell me he does not study. If you're throwing 30 interceptions in the season, you clearly don't study and you're going off of instinct. And that means a lot of your instinct. I don't give a fuck if it's 7,000 yards of the season.
Nah,
33 touchdowns, 33 interceptions is terrible.
You can't say that. You can't say, but you can't overlook 5,000 yards, bro.
You have bad decision making, and you cannot win in the NFL with bad decision making.
Yeah.
The other thing, out of those 30-some interceptions, 17 of them was tipped.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, it's right there to see.
I told you just right there to see. Make excuses.
I'm not, but it's right there to see.
Make excuses.
That's clearly an excuse, Tom.
What I'm saying
is, a tip ball is a tip ball, man.
You can have a quarterback throw for 300-400 in a game and still be a losing effort.
Hold on. If you threw a tip ball, that means that ball was either too far in front of you or too far behind you, which means it was an inaccurate pass from the get-go, aka a bad decision to throw that ball.
But Q, if I throw you a ball and you hit your hands and you juggling it and no boy jump up and take the shit, it's still my interception.
So you telling me that happened 17 times in a season?
Nah, probably not. Okay. But it happened a lot. I'm not gonna make up an excuse for him. But we're not gonna overlook 5,200 yards, bro.
Come on, Twan. I will overlook 5,200 yards because it didn't equate to wins.
You can't, bro. You can't do that.
I can and I will, Twan.
You see, that's but see, this is tell me in my look, Kendall, tell me on my line, bro. When Matt Stafford,
hey, don't look to me now. I'm off against you. Don't look to me to help you. I'll pull you out. Make your point. Make your point.
Okay, you gotta listen.
Go ahead.
But when Matt Stafford did that shit in Detroit, bro, they just said that he needed a better team around him. Matt Stafford left Detroit, went to LA. We know he won that bowl, man. Matt Stafford was doing the same shit up in Detroit.
So Matt Stafford, but he had a season where he threw 30 plus interceptions. He had a season where he did that.
He had a season where he threw over 20-some interceptions.
No. 30 plus interceptions. I asked you, did he have a season where he did that?
I'm trying to say it without saying it. Like Q, I'm just saying. Why they dog Winston, but they didn't dog him when he did the same shit?
Because there's a difference in 20 and 30.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying there's a big difference in 20 and 30. You're talking 10 more interceptions. Okay. Come on, you know better.
And at that time, though, Twan, Detroit was not a good team. Matt Stafford was one of the best things on that team.
Man, that motherfucker had Megatron.
Where they put everything in their mama behind them, and he wins the Super Bowl. I mean, it's still a difference from a push and who you push. Like, we could push Bryce Young right now. Bryce Young could get the push. Where we got a good offensive line, good receivers, whatever. Bryce is still gonna be Bryce. See if Bryce give you 4,500 yards.
Thank you, Al Brooks.
You still think Bryce can give you 4,500 yards?
Al Brooks said, "I'll take that 5,000 plus over Bryce."
Okay. Bryce will never give you 5,000 yards. No.
He's not gonna ever give you 4,000.
That's what I'm saying. So it's still a difference. If Jameis give me 30 some odd interceptions with the 5,000 yards, meaning how many of them was pick sixes, how many of them went to the other team, all kinds of crap, and probably ended up in losing efforts. That's what you're trying to tell you. That's it. We ain't no Jameis or whatever.
No, man. I agree with you.
Okay. Because as soon as you say, yeah, he did throw for 5,000. I mean, but you still can't overlook the interceptions though.
That's not a regular number.
And to address that Matthew Stafford thing you said, he had 20 interceptions one season. 20 interceptions. That was his rookie season. His rookie season.
How many yards he threw for that year?
That year he threw for 2,267 with 13 touchdowns, 20 interceptions.
I can swear he had 20 of them, but you're looking at the stats. I mean, what was his next highest number in interceptions?
In interceptions, it would be 2013 with 19.
19. And how many yards he threw for?
4,650.
Hey, that sounds like Winston all day. 5,030.
Yeah. Well, he had a 5. So check this out. In 2011, he had a 5,338 yard season where he had 41 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. That was way more efficient right there. 63% completion. I mean, majority of this after that, everything was 60 plus completion percentage with less interceptions. So it took him a while, but the decision making you could see in the numbers went up versus staying the same. And I haven't seen Jameis build upon that 30 plus 30 season, is what I'm saying.
He was having a decent. He was having a decent season in New Orleans until he got hurt. You know, when he was Sean Payton first.
He was.
And then when he got hurt, it was much of the same, man. So he couldn't buy a break. But the motherfuckers down there in New Orleans, bro, they want them to start over. They never even won a car. You know, they got him though. I mean, you might as well just pay. I mean, I think me and Kenneth was in it. You might as well just pay James. You want to pay all this money for this boy? This dude ain't doing shit for you.
They didn't believe in Jameis, and they said, "Okay, let me go sign Derek Carr because
we got believe in Carr."
But that's the thing. The problem is quarterback play over there. I mean, none of the quarterbacks you believe in, whether it's Jameis goofy ass or whether it's the other nigga, Derek don't got no wheels on the car. I mean, shit. Some of bitch is terrible.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah. Don't even get me started. He ain't even a quarterback to me. He's just a fucking tight end that they have
snapping
the ball.
But nobody can seem to stop this motherfucker though.
Man. Yeah, he gave him the money.
Every time he come into that backfield, y'all know what he get ready to do, and nobody can seem to stop him. He gonna get 7 yards every time.
The defense, and like I said, we were at the game screaming. Taysom Hill is in the game. Everybody put another man in the box. I've been screaming the shit from my damn seat, and they didn't listen.
Damn, bro, I know Julio Jones is with the Eagles.
No. Yeah. Explosive play. You see how them boys went downfield?
Oh, dang. Uh-oh.
You put this in right here, momentum change.
Y'all must be on.
Julio Jones. I knew the Eagles was saving Julio Jones for the playoffs. I knew it. They were saving him just for the playoffs.
I don't think they were saving him. Here. That's his moment.
Okay, this is the thing right here. How do you get players like you said, like a Julio Jones or whatever? Some of these places get them. And even if we was good, y'all, if we was in playoff contention, we wouldn't have went and got a Julio Jones or whatever to do certain things with. It's just man, it's stuff we don't do, and we don't look like other organizations, and we holler, let's do it like such and such do it. Let's do it like the Eagles was doing. Let's do it like the Lions was doing it. You're not, because you ain't been doing it like that. So I don't know, man.
We know why Julio went to the Eagles though. Because if the Eagles was to pull it off and win a Super Bowl this year, Julio would retire immediately.
Yes,
he got his ring.
Yeah. Well, I understand that,
to get a ring, bro. Yeah.
I understand that, Twan, but like, even if it wasn't that type of situation, we don't do things, we don't make moves like that. You know,
Kendall, we are
put us in certain positions.
Dumbass squad, bro.
Yeah, it's like not which one of them running backs was out there? Q and Twan, Jalen. Was it still Hunt? Was Hunt still out there, or which one? Which one of them? It was a power back that was still out there, and he was a name, but we didn't never go out there to get him. I can't remember if it was Kareem Hunt or not Kareem.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette was out there.
No, it was another one that was out there too.
No, it was a dude that played with the Browns.
Talking about Kareem Hunt?
I think it was Kareem Hunt.
I think it was.
No, we didn't touch him. Yeah,
but we was out there, but we didn't touch. We had a chance. We could have got him.
I never.
We went and got Miles Sanders over Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt is a proven guy.
Kareem Hunt out there playing right now.
Well, all you would have had to do was give him the same money you gave Miles Sanders, and that would have been it.
I think it was.
But when they got him though,
I think it was less money. He just played.
That's another reason why Scott Ass had to go.
Yeah. You know what Scott left behind too? Scott left behind $52 million in dead cap.
Oh,
so now half of that could already fall off. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he left.
Yeah, dirty money.
True.
Number dirty money. Dirty money.
Shit. So he left us with no first round pick next year. Then they pulled him by the face mask. There's no way the hell the referee didn't see that shit too. They pulled Jalen back by the first face mask, bro. Look at that damn replay, Ken. They pulled him by the face. Bring your ass back.
Bad contract, bunch of dirty money left, no pick.
Yeah. Loyalty to the wrong guys. Got rid of the guys when you got here that would have made a damn difference.
Yeah.
When they came in and got rid of Addison and all them boys, man, I said all them dudes got at least a year left in them, bro. But motherfucking Panthers fans, the Bar Q statement again, bro, shaking their titties for Matt Rule and was like, oh, he gonna bring in all this great shit. Get rid of all the old shit. I said, bro, you have to have a healthy mix of new school and old school to win ball games, bro. You go all young, your ass up. But so we ain't, look, Green Bay proved you can do that shit. They're the youngest team ever to go this far. You know what I'm saying? But who wants to put that on their team? You know what I'm saying?
That's why they brought Matt LaFleur in for those. To get, we're going to get Aaron Rodgers out of here because you got to think. Now, if they come in and do it and say, oh, man, Jordan Love is in from the gate and we knew it. No, you didn't, because you out there and gave Aaron Rodgers like $50-some-odd million.
But they let him sit and watch. They let him sit and learn.
Yeah. So finally, but you gave Rodgers the money. You know what I'm saying, for them 2 years, because you either he wasn't ready or you didn't believe in him at that time.
So Green Bay won. That's it. They made the right choice.
Then you let LaFleur sit there and build his team. That's another thing that Tepper ain't doing.
But they talk bad.
Some time, regardless.
They talk shit about LaFleur too, bro.
You got to have the right dude in there, bro.
You know, they talk cash shit about LaFleur too, bro.
Yeah, they did.
They talked about him. They talked about him bad, bro. I'm talking about the damn media and shit.
Yeah. But they stuck with the dude.
Yeah, at least they didn't fire him.
You actually got to sit there and see. Yeah, you got to see common sense. Like, you step into the Panthers right now. Step into Carolina right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who thinks this is a 1-year deal? That in 2024 we get ready to light up the world.
The Bryce fans.
Okay. It's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay.
What you mean, bro?
That's like
Bryce is gonna lift weights and he's gonna come back stronger next year.
He's gonna come back super nigga next year.
You can go back to this one, that one. Anybody that has a podcast out here that's actually telling people the truth, and you can see for yourself or start putting stuff together for yourself, that this situation that anybody's stepping into is not ideal. People have to go, contracts have to be redone. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's going to need to be done around here to make this team right here in January the 15th to be playing some type of meaningful ball right now.
I told you he had him by the helmet.
Can't happen.
No. Can't challenge it. It's already over with.
Any of them teams that lost last night and lost by a big margin, we couldn't beat.
Nah, hell no. The score would have been worse than that. Well, nah, our defense will slow you down scoring, but we wouldn't have put no points up.
And that's the thing. And then their offense would have walked us down.
And then that defense would have got tired. Yeah. All them 3 and outs, they would have got tired as hell.
They'd have walked our ass down like Moses walked the water.
That boy Big Bait playing out of his mind, man.
So tell me this Baker Mayfield have all day to throw since, they say Bryce don't have no time back there. Just tell me look at Baker. Just tell me if he got all time to throw.
Ain't nobody got all time to throw, man. That's false. A falsehood.
That clock goes off in his head, and you know when to get rid of it.
To sit here and listen to somebody tell you that crazy mess, man. Ain't nobody NFL got all day to throw, bruh.
No. This ain't college. I don't know why people keep comparing college to the NFL, boy. People love it.
Nobody in the NFL ain't got all day to throw, man. That's a falsehood.
They want Bryce to have 6 seconds back there.
Man, 8 seconds at least.
So he can find somebody wide open and throw that ball to him.
Wide open, yeah, wide open.
Because they know he can't throw anybody open.
Yeah, then what that's fun is Bryce need very good route runners for him to even look good, man. Not just the elite route run.
Kendall can tell you too, man. Bryce's size, I mean, he can still kind of overcome that shit a little bit, like back shoulder throws and shit like that, to make up for him not being able to throw the ball up the field like that. But, you got to do that shit in practice or whatever. You got to have the confidence to do that. That motherfucker don't do no shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's trash. Let's count him how many times this motherfucker threw the ball out of bounds this year, bro.
Nah, Bryce
he did it better than anybody I've ever seen do it.
Bryce need like receivers like Thielen to make him work because he don't throw to you open. And then these damn Bryce sexuals go out and find one play, Kendall. They'll find one play where every fucking receiver was covered, and then put that shit on Twitter to say, well, what is Bryce supposed to do with that? But show the rest of the plays, though. That was one play.
Well, then, Twan, you look and say, okay, if we had a superior running game, type of back that we could have did a lot of dump offs to, and then he could have got yak. Okay, and then if you had like y'all just said, another Adam Thielen type receiver that probably could have, say, a younger DJ Moore type.
A clean route runner.
Clean route runner
Mm-hmm.
that can get that in the slot and then end up getting yak, get another 5 to 8 more yards out of that slot, them slot type catches or slot type drag routes and all kinds of stuff like that. 12-yard curls and those type of routes. And the offensive line blocking scheme was different, and then they was able to get onto it. And we didn't have that many injuries at guard.
Yeah.
So y'all see how many ifs, and if we did if. Now, how much of that is going to change going into this year? With a limited draft and limited money, how much of that is going to change?
I don't know what these motherfuckers going to do, bro. I'm not making all these predictions. I have no idea what these motherfuckers are going to do. I'm just sitting by and just watch. I'm just going to watch this shit unfold, bro.
That's all.
And hope for the best. We had conversations where we talk about who we want or who we might. But at the end of the day, if somebody says, "Okay, Twan, tell me who you think we're gonna get," I can't tell you that shit. I can't tell you that shit about general manager, head coach, quarterback, whatever. I don't know, bro. I'm a spectator just like you.
Yeah, we can sit here next month and do mock draft. But what they gonna do what they want to.
Yeah. That mock draft shit is just for entertainment purposes.
If that coach that come in again got his hands tied behind his back, guess what? He ain't gonna be nothing either.
Damn, bro. They killing Baker tonight, bro. They can't catch shit. They can't catch shit, bro. They killing this dude tonight, bro. That's 5 drop passes right there.
And then I was hoping that it would be Ben Johnson, that Temple would get exactly what he want. Then maybe he back up off Ben. Maybe he get Ben, time and whatever to do what he wanted. Because that was his guy. I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't look like it's gonna be Ben Johnson, y'all. It look like Ben Johnson.
I told you from the get-go, when he strikes out from Ben Johnson, and he will, because why in the blue fuck would Ben Johnson bring his ass over here? What does he stand to gain from working with or aligning himself with Tepper in this mess we got?
The wallet, his bank account. That's it.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck all that. Like I keep telling y'all, all money ain't good money.
I know.
And what you gonna do is fuck your reputation up on this nigga, and you gonna look terrible doing it, and you won't be able to get a job in the NFL. Why would I fuck with that?
We all know. Come on, nobody would hold that against him. We all know why he
man. Thomas Brown is a dead nigga walking right now.
Like, Frank Wright get his money.
Dead nigga walking right now. Frank Wright. Staley, dead nigga walk. Josh McCown was set to be one of the highly touted head coaches coming out. This nigga fumbled the ball.
Thomas Brown gonna get a job.
No, he ain't.
Yeah, he is.
No,
he ain't. No, he gonna get a job. He gonna
this
get a
nigga
job.
lived and died by what happened here.
As what?
A quarterback's coach.
He'll get an offensive coordinator coach.
Oh shit. Yeah, okay.
Look, bro, it's some. I mean, I can't say it's worse teams than us out there because it's not.
I mean,
I'm trying to tell you something.
What can Thomas Brown?
I think some people gonna go back and look at him before he went to this dysfunction that's in Charlotte, bro.
You can't overlook this right here.
And then if not, then he can get a quarterback's coach. I'm just saying he's gonna get another job.
But Twan,
he was a running back coach.
Twan, why are we sitting here acting like this year didn't happen for everybody? I'm sitting here trying to understand. Y'all want to ignore the quarterback. Y'all want to ignore the offensive coordinator, the head coach. These cats were in position to take this team and win the division. And they fucked that up. You gotta look at this.
You can't blame all that on Tepper, man. You can't blame all that on Tepper.
I just choose to anyway.
These cats was dropping blueprint after blueprint after blueprint, talking about how they were going to come out here, and the number one thing was they were just a quarterback away.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, all the players came out and said Bryce was the shit in practice, and we believed it.
Podium talk, that was a lie. Look, man.
Ruben Hill was balling in practice.
Strike all that.
Well, I don't listen to the coaches. I listen to the players.
Nah, strike all that. Listen, Steve Wilkes sat there and won you 6 games. Had you in playoff contention with that team. You come around and contracts and this and that by Scott or whatever. How much of that team was on that field this year? After free agency, after camp, whatever, how much of that same team was on that field? I'll wait. Hello?
Quiet as shit, ain't it? I'll be damned.
The same thing. Then they let quarterback play them same guys that y'all saying, Oh, damn, Morgan probably be good. Oh, this guy here be
Oh
good.
my
Oh, let
gosh.
him
I
go.
don't want Dan
All them
Morgan.
guys sat in that room. All them guys
Suleiman.
was in that room. They showed us. Do we have to go back to that clip of that, like you just said, hype video or whatever, where they showed the draft? Everybody was in that room. Ain't nobody jumped up and was like, nah, man, I ain't with this. Don't draft this boy here. I don't like that pick. Ain't nobody jumped up.
Unanimously, we all came to an agreement, is what they said.
That's why they sat there and said.
That
That's what
damn
they
Scott.
said.
That damn Scott said something happened. He said, I turned around and looked at Frank, and we both smiled, and we said, yeah, we know who we gonna get together.
See?
They put the
That was a
names on a
fucking
piece of
lie.
paper. That's what they said.
I guarantee you that name on that piece of paper
Who
was
you got,
CJ Shouter.
coach? Stuck his head in the office, say, who you pick, coach?
You can't make this shit up over here.
No.
That's why I said
Your boy
I
gave
ain't
it
even
away.
get my
you.
blood pressure rolls up.
I keep telling y'all, McCown gave it away, bro. When McCown told that motherfucker I see you in Charlotte, that's all I needed to hear.
But they had already went to the one pick, right? Yeah, by the time they went to CJ, after the combine, they went to the number 1 pick. So Tampa had already had it. That who he was gonna get.
So they had us all thinking that they was gonna pick Stroud. But then as the media went on, it became clear that David Tepper, because that's what was being reported, that he wanted Bryce. And then, that's what happened.
See, David Tepper led all them jokers to believe that it was going to be Stroud. I'm thinking the coaching staff and this and that. If you said McCown thought it was going to be Stroud, right? He probably did, because he ain't here, Deuce ain't here, and Frank ain't here. He was one of them ones. Scott Fowler had done said it. He was one of them ones in the building that wanted Stroud. That wasn't a yes man. That's what Scott Fowler said.
Too many motherfuckers that got fired this year did not tell the truth on somebody's interview.
Exactly. And say, I'm not crying for them, Twan, because you sat there, you had your chance to voice your opinion. And you should have made your opinion clear and made it loud, where everybody, anytime you got in front of a microphone, you should have let it be known. But you told the company line is what you did.
But Kendall, what was they dealing with a motherfucker out here throwing drinks on fans? What was he doing behind closed doors in these meetings?
Look, this is what I'm saying. And Q said it earlier. All money ain't good money, this and that. Go ahead and fire me, man. I'm not going to be a part of this 2-15 and ruin my career.
Yeah. Now
That's
look at it.
That's what you have to do.
All these guys that got fired up out of here, Staley and all them boys, at least their excuse was they didn't stay on the whole staff the whole time. They got up out of that building when it first came down.
Yeah.
Now, I got faith in them boys because they didn't stand for just anything. They when it was put out, they said the yes men were out of the building. I mean, the ones who weren't the yes men were out of the building. Jeremy, what was the name? Fowler? Was that Scott Fowler said
Scott
that?
Fowler, yeah, Scott Fowler.
But that motherfucking that Hunger Games article told it all, bro.
Okay, Twan.
It told it all.
Okay, Twan.
They called everybody's name out in that bitch.
Think about it like this, Twan.
And them niggas was scared. What I read was that they was all afraid of what's their opinion.
Twan, think about it like this. You got it now. Josh McCown or Deuce Daly comes to you, you interviewing them for a coaching job. What's one thing you gonna ask them? Hey man, what went on in Carolina? So I see your last job was Carolina. What went on? Now they at least, like you said, got a chance to explain themselves. They do have an excuse.
They're still gonna take the high road until they get that job.
Shit. In the interview,
I ain't taking no high roll. I'm gonna tell you exactly what the fuck happened. Hey, I came in. We said that we should have took Bryce Young. I mean, we should have took CJ Stroud. The owner said he wanted Bryce Young. I told him I wasn't with it. They wanted to move part ways because I said I didn't see no way of this thing working. So hey, I went my own way. They went their own way. I'd be just as straight up as I could.
Sure enough. Hey man, Bryce Young was in there. I could not coach him. There's nobody that could have coached this guy. I did the best I could with what I worked, with what I had.
Yeah.
I didn't want him in the first place.
Now McCown,
and you see the result.
Be mindful. You know he know footage. He sat down. He showed everybody how much footage he know. Now he got to go back out there, rebuild his own image. That's what the hell he got to do.
Man, McCown
he got to go back out there.
Come on, y'all. McCown won't shit, man. Come on, bro. Don't put no stars on this dude. He won't shit.
Look, when you dealing with Bryce Young.
But he know the truth, though. But he know the truth.
I understand that, Tom. Yeah. But when you're dealing with Bryce Young and you looking at what you have to work with, it's a losing battle automatically.
Yeah,
it's losing already.
That motherfucker came up when he came to the Panthers because he was in high school when they came and got it.
But the thing is everybody keep acting like we get a participation trophy around here in the NFL. No, some people are good, some people are not good.
It ain't no participation trophy.
They act like they're scared to say, okay. Do you think the coaching staff scared to say this boy wasn't good when they were trying to bench him in week 5? Come on, man.
So what I'm tripping on is like the Hunger Games said that the word was out. These guys was talking to each other, and somebody reported something because you remember they said the unknown names, and that the guys was like, "Look, we didn't want Bryce," and boom, boom, boom. But who's gonna go tell Tepper first? And nobody agreed that they wanted to go do that shit, so it just carried on feathering on. So it's
so like scared of Tepper.
Either they scared of Tepper. So my thing is, so when Tepper read that article, did he know all that shit was going on? Because it's like, listen, is this what? Look, if he doing what he did in Jacksonville, well, how are those meetings going? And Frank Reich came out and said those meetings are not fun, bro. He probably tried to scare the damn light out of them motherfuckers and said to make it so that there wasn't no open door policy with him.
Well, you created that type of environment.
But that motherfucker got whoever wrote that article and said, "Don't say my damn name, but anything your ass want to know, I'll tell you."
Okay, if you created that type of environment in the workplace right there,
exactly.
Twan, that your coaching staff who's supposed to be able to come to you, you the one having meeting.
Exactly.
And we can't speak honestly in the meeting. What the fuck is the meeting for?
Because that motherfucker is a tyrant. He's a damn dictator. But what he don't know is that when I'm done with the Panthers, and like now he trying to get Kendall to come be the head coach there. And I hit Kendall on the phone and go, "Kendall, listen, hey, bro, this motherfucker was cussing motherfuckers out in the meeting, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, slapping papers and shit, treat motherfuckers like his boy. You don't want to go coach there, bro." That's what he don't understand, is that these guys know each other. Twan. This is why I have no faith that we're going to get a good coach in there, bro, because them motherfuckers get on the phone with each other.
Okay, Twan, you got to...
I'll be like, "Kendall, and I said, Kendall, if you're going to go get your money, go get your money. But don't that motherfucker crazy."
You got 704. It's you, Ray, Claire, Edge, whoever else y'all got up there, and you say, "Yo, let's have a staff meeting." Then you come up there and you running a staff meeting, and now in your staff meeting, you tell everybody, "Don't you talk. Here's the way it's going to go. I'm going to give y'all 6 or 7 subjects. I don't care. This is what we're going to talk about. This is how we're going to do this." You have created an environment that people are sitting there and saying, "Well, all right, we're going to talk about Bryce Young." Really?
That's not what I wanted to talk about.
But I can't sit there. Yeah, that ain't what I want to talk about. Or I can't tell Twan because you can't interrupt him in his meeting, this and this and that. So what's the purpose of your meeting?
Yeah.
What kind of back and forth are we going to get about this team in a meeting where I can't voice my opinion?
You're right. So when when Q called him up, if Q was like, "I'm cool with Edge," call him up, you know what I'm saying? I write little articles and shit.
Yeah.
Q go like, "Hey, look."
It's somebody get ready to call, man, hey man, look at this boy, you know.
But Edge can be like, look, I don't like working with this motherfucker, bro. I don't. Don't tell him I said it. But like, you know, I don't want to fuck with this nigga, man. This nigga is a dictator. You know. And now I'm wondering. Now I'm wondering why nobody else wants to, like, when I get rid of them, want to fill their spot. Because the word is out on you, nigga.
Why are we getting no Q? Why are we getting out of these meetings? Where is this team going? Nowhere.
Down. They get worse and worse by the fucking meeting.
15. Yeah, you 2 and 15. Cause nobody can't say nothing. Nobody can't do nothing. Or whatever. Scott can't do nothing.
That's the main reason why we say whoever comes in, you gotta have that shit in your contract, bro. You can't fuck with me, bro. Because if I don't have that shit in my contract, then you wasting your time. This nigga ain't gonna change.
But that's why I was wishing he get everything he want. I was wishing he get Ben Johnson. I was wishing he get this guy. Wishing he get that.
I told you what no need to wish, because Ben Johnson was not going to bring his ass here knowing that this nigga is inept.
But only thing I'm saying, Q, on that, maybe he would give his guy the guy that he wanted.
You know, let me put it in layman's terms for you. Then go. Let me put it in layman's terms for you. If I know you was a terrible businessman, why would I sit down and say, okay, let me start a business with you?
You wouldn't.
If I know you pay out more money than you bring in money, why would I say, okay, this makes sense for me to do? Because what am I standing to gain from this?
You have nothing to gain.
Okay, so if you're not gaining and everything seems to be stacked against you, and you're going to be seen as in the poorhouse from fucking with this nigga, man, why would you do it?
All I'm saying is, if it's his guy that he's messing with, at least maybe you do your guy right. The guy you want, maybe you'll listen to him. Because you the one running after him. He chasing Ben Johnson.
I told you.
Maybe he listen to him. I don't know.
I keep telling you, he could be chasing after the bad bitch all day long, and he not gonna get her. He's just gonna be a nigga with money. Now be mindful. Where I'm from, over here, Lake City, Florence area, outskirts of Charleston, you can have all the fucking money you want. There's plenty of niggas out here that just as ugly as they can be, with all the money they want and can't bag a bitch.
Yeah, okay.
And they do nothing but chasing the bitch all day.
Okay, but Lisa, if I get the one I chase, am I gonna bring her flowers at least? Cause I got her. I chase, I got her.
But you
Would I bring her
chase.
Flowers?
Now the bitch dog you out because the bitch know that you the best.
Oh, okay.
Because at the end of the day, she know you can't get anything else. So what she do is she start coming in at 3 o'clock in the morning, smelling like dick on her mouth. So instead of cooking you a meal, you know what she do? She cook herself a meal. Say fuck you. Instead of giving you some puss.
But I didn't chase the Q. I chased her. Guess what I'm gonna say?
Yeah. You buying flowers. You singing love letters. You outside. You in the corner while she getting her shit on.
Where you been? Why you doing that?
I blame. You gotta blame the dude for that.
You a simp. You a simp.
Yeah. You gotta blame the dude for that. Because if you got money like that and you don't understand that you got all the power, then she need to treat you however. You know what I'm saying? Money is fucking power, bro.
But Twan, he don't know. He was never taught how to talk to bitches. He was never taught how to sit down and ask her, how you doing? What's your name? What's going on with you? Like, how you feeling today? He was never taught that. He was just taught, hey, bitch, I got money. Come on over here and fuck with me.
But he don't know how to choose his bitches. He don't know how to choose his bitches. He don't know how to choose his bitches. He keep choosing the OnlyFans bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's the worst thing. You get these half-naked bitches when you meet them in public and realize that they don't cook, they don't clean, they ain't what you thought they was, but you were chasing after them.
When they go to that damn bathroom and take that wig off and all that damn makeup and them motherfucking them giraffe eyebrows and shit.
Yeah,
Twan, it's so bad. Them hoes is probably, they got baby wipes wiping their puss.
Yeah.
That's just how bad it is. They ain't washing it the sink.
Some of them can't even reach. Some of them can't even turn around and watch the wipe their ass. Is so big back there with all that fake shit.
Chasing the bitch with snake ass.
Bro.
But bitch, how are you wiping your ass with all this?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then look, and Kendall, look, and then I know it's extra nasty because you got these long ass motherfucking pencil fingernails on your hand. Bitch, how are you wiping your ass, bitch? Wow.
she tapping that. She damping that motherfucker.
Come on, bro.
This is what I was trying to tell you.
They got to go by a bidet, all of them.
You wasn't getting that bra from the start, bro, because the bra was gonna bring you no value. Because in somebody else's hand, the bra is a 10, but in your hand, the bra is a 3. Because you can't bring out the maximum effort of what this broad is supposed to bring.
Man, shout out to Kevin Simmons, bro. Shout out to Kevin Simmons. He tried to tell these motherfuckers, bro. He tried to tell them. He tried to tell them.
And that's why I say, man.
And they wanted this man dead for telling the truth.
It's actually sad.
These motherfuckers celebrated when this man died for telling the truth.
Yeah.
You know? This nigga was telling you, look, if you got money, you go fuck with a bitch that's got some money. Ain't no way hell I'm a billionaire and I'm out here fucking with a bitch that makes $67,000 a year.
So go. This always attests to, and I hope you dabble on this a little bit tomorrow on Goat Talk. Like I said, you gotta know your worth, and you gotta know when to quit the chasing. You gotta know.
Yeah.
You can't chase these hoes forever. You gotta know when to get a good one and get out the game.
Hey, don't chase me. Don't chase.
See, my body, I still think it's Sunday, bro. My body has not accepted that it's Monday. I'm still thinking it's Sunday.
Shit, my body accepted. I'm about to go lay my black ass right on down. Fuck you talk about. I'm about to get my black ass up out of
here. Yes, the half. What's the score of the half, y'all?
It's ass cut.
16-9 or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Buffalo just scored another touchdown.
Woo!
Yeah, well, we about to get up out of here because, like I say, ain't none of these niggas my team. So,
Buffalo,
you know, it is what it is.
Touchdown.
Leo happy Josh Allen is doing good.
There you go. Man. Well, speaking of Leo, go ahead and give me your last words, Brother Jalen.
Man, my last word would be, well, man, like we gonna get there. We gonna get to the playoffs one day. I don't know whether, I don't know when. It's not next year. I'll tell you that much. It ain't next year, but I do think it will be 2025 when Bryce get the freak up out of here. Yeah, we're 2 years away. That's all I'm gonna say. Our offense is 2 years away.
We're
not that far off. If we get the right GM, that's if we get the right one, Temple stay out the way, and we get the right head coach. But the GM has to pick the coach though. So if that happens in that order, we should be straight in 2 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate your last words, Jalen. You always are very insightful. The Dundada, there's none hotter. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I love Jalen to death, but you know, Jalen will march a dimes ass nigga, man. He can always see the good and everything.
Yeah, you do.
You know, he is the St. Jews ass nigga. But man, subscribe to Black Cat Panther Podcast, 704 Charlotte Bound Show. We're gonna be talking about this shit for another 7 months. See y'all next time. I don't have nothing to say about these motherfuckers, bro. Enjoy your summer.
It's a damn shame, ain't it?
Yeah. We just all waiting for the breaking news. That's all. That's it.
Pretty much.
Man.
Talk to me, Goat.
Hey, man, y'all don't forget, drop that link Q for the Discord. Do not forget about the 32-team draft. I got names. I'm getting ready to start probably next week announcing names that I already have, counting up how many people that are out. All you got to do is go in there and say, put my name in the draft. That's it. That's all you ain't got to put no long paragraph up there, brother. Say, I want to be in it. Put my name in it or whatever. We're going to draft. We're going to have a lottery. You will get one of the teams, 30 out of 32 teams that's in the league. It might not. This is the fun part about it. If you might not get the Carolina Panthers, you might not get the Cleveland Browns, whoever you're a fan of or whatever. You draft 3 rounds for that particular team that you got. Hopefully, we can do a couple of them before the draft comes about. But after we get the head coach and everything in place, we're gonna start doing little fun things like that throughout the week. Everybody, keep praying, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do us the illustrious favorite. I put the link in the chat earlier for the tailgate experience. So do us that favor and show up, man. We appreciate y'all. Tailgate experience. We're streaming live here tonight as well as Black Cat, but y'all already know what time it is. Let's get up out of here.